they entered the competition thinking about what's about to happen the next day.
Yeah.
So if you've made it to that stage of the competition.
Well, this is another shorter fighter against a taller fighter. We've got Wala Musa from Egypt in the red against Hergy Bakirdan, who has had to struggle through her fights. As we said, this is the lady that likes to win things in 3.
Sure.
And her last, Kubra Akbulut from Turkey, that was another 2-1.
We'll see if those fights have taken a huge toll on her, or if she was able to recuperate and get some energy back. She looks like, from the look of this early stage of the fight, that her opponent's a scrappy fighter.
Yeah.
She's going to stay in there. She just attempted to take her down.
No points given, though.
Well, actually, Red went down earlier, so.
So, Hergy Bakirdan in the black, Wala in the red, and here comes Hergy.
So this is where Hergy doesn't want to get in a wrestling match.
Yeah, she wants
with Wala.
use her punches.
That's right. Yeah. She wants to win this on points, because we're over 30 minutes into the fight, and Hergy only has 1 point, and not from all of the judges. Only 4 of the judges have given her that point. So they're not seeing a lot of technique as we approach the 1 minute mark in a few seconds.
Well, the difference is that Wala Musa has built her fights, the ones we've seen, on takedowns, and Hergy has managed to be a little bit more versatile.
Absolutely. Hergy, unlike her teammate, is able to drop her center of gravity and not be thrown as easily.
Yeah.
It also helps that she's a bit taller, but
so far not really making the most of that advantage.
So Wala, she finally gets 1 takedown to get on the board for the first point after 1 minute of the round.
Yeah, that's right, scored by all 5.
Both women only with 1 point each after the first minute of the fight. That's a huge contrast to what we've seen. Beautiful side kick there from Wala. So that side kick gave her 2 points and gives her a mini lead.
And it is exactly that.
And she gets another takedown. So Hergy will have to adjust, because Wala will feel the momentum of earning some of those points.
Yeah, she came in with the big right hand, didn't matter.
But that was just it. The right hand and then clinch. She needs to earn these points. They 1 to 2 points, some cases 3, separate them. But Hergy's just, there's one takedown, but it's only worth 1 point for Hergy. She needs to create some additional points in order to salvage this round, and it's doable for her.
Wow, that's interesting. Wala leading with a kick this time and not trying to catch it and go for the takedown. There's another one. Oh, how about that?
Actually, Hergy's off platform. That's unfortunate. Wala wasn't trying to throw her off platform, but they were close enough that she got her off platform, and those 2 points give her the edge with 10 seconds to go.
That's right, not just the wild card advantage of winning it with a second push-up.
Right, just 10 seconds. And we've seen so much clinching from Hergy.
Hergy's trying to get out of this clinch.
Well, actually, Hergy's clinching so much, I'm surprised that she didn't get an admonition there. But she's trying to hold off for those seconds, and she just took her down.
So 1 takedown in the end. Those 2 kicks didn't connect for Hergy right at the end. They could have made all the difference. It was that close.
That's right.
As it was 7-4, 7-4, 5-3, 7-2, 7-2. And the Egyptian Wala Musa is 1 step closer to the 65-kilogram fight. Now, if you just note the size of Wala Musa, because I've been doing this a lot this afternoon, her opponent in the final will be Shabana Mansourian.
Wow.
That's exactly the reaction I wanted from you, Tony, because that is, even from an expert's point of view, you've got to say that's going to be a tough ask.
Well, just being tall alone, I wouldn't say wow. But we've seen Sharapova, she's going to fight a strong fighter that knows how to use her legs, knows how to use creating space on the lei tai. So that will be different. Right now, Wala Musa is fighting a fighter that's a shade taller than her, who has strong legs, and she's been able to take her down and earn most of her points from the takedown.
So it is good practice having a taller fighter now, but Shabana, as we saw, a lot taller and has that big push kick as well. And just seen in my mind A lot of push kicks. This is, of course, if Walla makes it. Let's not count out Hergy Bakyan just yet.
Well, we're hoping that Hergy's able to change something up in this second round so that she can even them out.
Yeah.
These women are evenly matched in terms of technique. The problem is between these clinches, a couple of takedowns from Walamasa like this, and then not standing her ground, that's just created a deficit of 2 points.
Immediately,
There's a nice roundhouse kick to get those points back, but not all judges saw it.
Well, she's coming in a lot more now with the kicks, and that has put her substantially on the board, and for a fraction at least ahead, but only slightly. She needs more of those kicks. She needs to stay out of the way of Walamosa. Or at least stay out of the way of those takedown arms.
Well, that time we saw Hergy use her timing. When she had an opening with Walamosa, or created an opening, then she was able to score. No scoring's happening in the clinch.
Absolutely.
So you hear her team urging her on to use her hands.
So, still very tight. And I think, again, it looks like headdress is coming down over the eyes,
adjustment
possibly.
for a headdress. Actually,
yes, it is. And make sure that there you go. And then these safety headgear equipment that has to be fastened from the back has to be.
Look at that struggle.
Wow.
Both of them off, but Hergy really put up a great struggle there, and we're still very close fight.
Don't forget, she likes 3 rounds, Hergy Bakyan, and maybe she's going to make a big...
That's right, you did let us know that from the outset.
Maybe she's looking for a big flourish to the end of this round, and then it's going to take it in the third. Just because most fighters don't want to go to the third, that's where she's...
Well, she's with the exception of one judge, she's
ahead, yeah.
46 seconds, a long time in the Sanda round.
Walla standing off a bit now.
That's
there's a big
roundhouse kick that she gets, and let's see
the
if she gets
reversal.
the throw. So that's 3 points for Hergy right there.
That's exactly what you were talking about. That's how you do it.
That's right. Look at the cushion she's created. Now Walamosa's going to try and get her off, and she does with both gloves coming off.
Well, that's the first. We haven't seen that. She's absolutely...
But this is a case where she did exactly what she needed to do to hold on to the gloves. When you have both gloves coming off, that's a really unfortunate circumstance because she was holding on to her opponent.
Yeah. So now, just while these gloves are being taped back on, the current standings, 8-4, 7-4, 3-4, 3-4. Those are the 2 judges, 3 and 4 that are still with Walamosa just by 1 point, but then Hergy with judge number 5, 2 points up. So this is a very good situation for her. If she can launch another attack just like that, come in with the punch, and then maybe for the reversal and the takedown as well, because she's going to have to counter that takedown at some point, because you know there's probably a 70 to 80% chance that Walla's going to incorporate that into what she's doing. So
well, that's a beautiful analysis you just had there, Steven.
Thank you, Tony.
There's a side kick to the face to give her some points and to stay away from the edge of the lay tie.
Yeah.
So she both opponents down, but she got 2 points for that side kick. And we're 27 seconds, still within striking range for Walamosa.
We're going to call her 3 the magic number from now on. I think after all of her rounds, right from the beginning, Krista Dyer first of all, and then it was Kubra Akbulut who also went to 3.
Onfong lost a point there for a penalty, and she tried to push her off. Walamosa's trying to use that wild card. And hopefully Hergy is aware that she's ahead in the round, and she just needs to stay away. Beautiful
takedown,
but
she was falling backwards.
She held on to the lay tie for sure. Walamosa's asking again for an adjustment.
Well, now even she's around about 9 points ahead on 3 of the judges, 2 of the judges. So even with takedowns, can this happen?
No, Walamosa's trying to get her off the lay tie. If she gets her off the lay ties, she wins the round. And remember, she's 1 round up. And Hergy says, I'll go in a clinch with you right now.
And it gets broken up. 9 seconds left in the round. It looks like we're going to go to 3. We are going to go to 3.
Actually, no count for that.
Nope, nope. She's ahead by 3 judges. They should do it for her. And there goes the gong. And once again, Hergy Bakidan from the Philippines has fought through it into a 3rd round.
She knows that you call her the 3-round fighter, and she's going to show you a 3rd round.
And the thing about these 3rd rounds is, of course, most of
Look
these
at that
fighters,
right hand cross.
Most of these fighters would be looking for 2. So now Walamosa has not only got to face the fact that she was 1 up, she's now equated, but she's also more tired. And Hergy's has found a
Look
strategy.
at the hydration. Look at how they're hydrating her. Well, we know that Hergy can go 3 rounds. What we don't know is what it's like going 3 rounds on the 4th day of competition.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
But she does have the adrenaline with her because she just fought her way back into the match. That is a medal contention match for her later,
very important,
right?
Significant match indeed.
You see the coaches trying to get her to use her go-to technique in terms of a takedown, and that is what Walamosa has, that's worked for her
and
there.
It now literally seems months ago that I said that what would Walamosa do against Shabana? Well, it might not happen. It might seriously, because of the fantastic performance that Hergy put in just now. It might just be 2 tall fighters in the...
We're in the 3rd round.
Yeah,
We're in the 3rd round.
The 3rd round, 2 minutes to decide who's going to be in the final of the 65 kilogram class. The women's sudden draw here at the 13th World Wushu Championships in Jakarta. Wow, Walla goes for the punch.
Hergy gets the reverse and the takedown.
That's a good start.
So not only that, but she had been scored 2 points already, so she must have gotten a kick in there as well in this first 15 seconds. She's up.
Well, maybe Hergy likes to fight tiring fighters. Maybe she kind of sits out the 1st round, the 2nd round, and then knows that she can do it in the 3rd.
She's just gotten an admonition or a warning, not an admonition, from the platform referee to make sure she's not staying in the clinch. But actually, both women are in clinching.
No, that was a roundhouse that wasn't scored.
No, wasn't enough focus and power in the roundhouse for it to score. That one would have scored if she made it, but she...
Great balance.
Yeah.
Still ahead by 3 points. Nothing yet on the scorecard for Walamosa.
No.
What a fight.
Walamosa is trying to hang in there. Hergy is trying to mount some points, and we're still in the first minute of the fight, and clearly a struggle for both fighters because highest point value there is a 3. And we're into the last 57 seconds of the round. There's a roundhouse kick that earns some points for Hergy. She needs a couple more of those. That right cross that she loves. Yes, it's a right cross that Hergy loves. And she's got the reach for it.
And that's what she's beginning to use a bit better now. Just standing off, she's 6 points clear. And it looks like there's another equipment adjustment. And look, we get a good shot here of Walamosa's face. She's not looking as confident as she did in the 1st round.
No, but you know, look at the bounce in Hergy's step. Hergy knows.
She's 40 seconds away.
You can believe her corner has told her she's 7-0 on some folks' cards. So this is where you see Walamosa trying for the push-off and held on so that Hergy didn't get it.
And that just means time, more time has passed. 30